Aaron, thank you. So a cold night, especially by southern Arizona standards. If you have plants that are flowering right now and you want to keep them, there are some things that you should do. Not on Your Side's Craig Smith live tonight with more tips on how you and those plants can deal with the cold. Craig.
Well, Jennifer, we're at Mesquite Valley Growers, a place that a lot of people come to for advice on how to keep their plants strong and healthy. Now, you may notice that here they have chosen not to cover their plants, and the same is true inside the main part of the nursery itself. They believe that things will be just warm enough that they'll be fine if they just leave things uncovered. But they have some advice for you if you want to be extra cautious. Here in Arizona, we can enjoy flowers well into November. Some tolerate cold fairly well, but many are still tender enough to need protection.
If you're nervous about it, cover it.
At Mesquite Valley Growers, they say this early cold snap is a good time to prepare for deeper cold. You do not want to cover plants with plastic. So you want something breathable, and if it's touching, you're probably going to have thermal pass-through.
You're going to have pass-through where it's touching. One of the more important plants tonight or in the next couple nights as we get colder is tomatoes. A lot of people grow a fall tomato, and that's the plant we don't want to freeze.
But how about keeping yourself warm? That's where your furnace comes in. Tucson Fire Captain Barrett Baker says if you fired up the furnace for the first time in months, you may think something's burning.
That could be some of the dust that's left over that's accumulated over the last several months without being used.
But don't hesitate to call if you think something is on fire. The fire you welcome into your house, the one in the fireplace, needs care to stay in the fireplace. Keep the screen closed to keep sparks from getting loose. Keep the damper open or smoke will go through your house, not up the chimney. Later, let the ashes cool and put them in a closed metal container.
And then take this at least 10 feet away from anything that could be flammable.
Now, another thing you want to be aware of and very careful about with your furnace, you may have allowed things to pile up very close to it in the off-season when you weren't really using that. Very dangerous, especially if you're talking about flammable items like paint, paint thinner, gasoline, and so on.
Craig, and it's not too early to go ahead and wrap up the pipes if you have the time tonight.
Yeah, you really want to be aware, especially those nice, solid brass, nice and cold hose faucets that stick out of the side of your house. The cold can really grab onto them and conduct into your pipes. Insulating that area in particular is a very good idea.
Go ahead and turn on a little drip at the faucet tonight, Craig. Thanks so much.